Andy, great to have you with us. Obviously, Northamptonshire referee. Would you like to introduce yourself to everybody?
Yeah, Andy Woolmer, EFL referee, or was until on Monday when I retired.
And your last game was QPR against Bristol City. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah, Bank Holiday Monday. Yeah.
How did that go?
Yeah, really pleased. Yeah, really pleased, to be honest. Yeah, it's a great way to finish. Had my family there, which is always nice, and it was a great way to finish.
Yeah, brilliant. And what have been the major sort of high points over the course of your career? Because obviously you've refereed a lot of games, haven't you, in the Football League? And
yeah, just I've been lucky. I've been able to stay fit. I was only injured for half a season a few years ago, and other than that, I've been pretty much, longevity-wise, I've been very fortunate. Yeah, 29 seasons as an active official on the league, and then obviously 6 or 7 years prior to that to get onto the Football League. So.
Have you? I assume you would say you've learned quite a lot in that time. What have kind of been the main sort of learning points for you?
Just resilience. Just keep going. Just take on board the advice that you get given, the support. Use it to your best advantage, and always be prepared to go out the following week and give it another go.
Yeah, good advice. I imagine there's probably a lot of people maybe listening to this that are current referees or thinking of being referees, and maybe in the past, if they've refereed a game, they might get home and think, oh, maybe there's no point doing this anymore. What would you say to them?
Yeah, and again, I'd say just have a look at your reports, have a look at what you can do. It's not all bad. There are, you everybody would have had good games, and you reflect on those, and you draw knowledge and you draw experience from that, and go out and give it another go.
Just moving on to that, is there any particular maybe low points that you remember? I don't really want to focus on that too much, but
I can understand that. Yeah, I mean, I got onto the panel league. I got me 2A or whatever it was, just called 2 in those days. And after a season, I lost my place. So the object of wanting to be a Football League referee, I was one step further away than I was the previous season. So yeah, that was a big low. And the same with the Premier League line. We got onto there in '95. And lost my place at the end of the season. So again, to get back first and foremost as a panel referee was important, because I wanted to referee on the Football League one day, so that was important to get back. And the same with the Premier League line, because you learn, and I know it's done differently now, but you learn and so much more by being an assistant at a high level, because you just learn off the officials that you're working with.
Wow, I didn't actually know that you sort of needed that much resilience. What would you say the key aspect is in terms of building that resilience?
Just belief in yourself. I just believe that I genuinely and I've always said refereeing's about, you just need a run of games. You just need 5 or 6 games, and it's amazing. That can go the other way as well. You can have 5 or 6 games that just doesn't happen for you, and you can have 5 or 6 games, and you can't make a back call. And before you know where you are, 5 or 6 becomes 8 or 9. You're into half a season now, and you just I've had seasons where the games just seem to be ticking over and they're just going well. And I've had seasons 94, 95 as a conference referee, just couldn't buy a decision. Just a little bit of bad luck, a little bit of not probably getting things right that I should have done, and picking up games that I thought that I'd do well there, and it backfired. And then similarly, when I got back, I seemed to have a run of good luck.
Brilliant. Would you say there's one particular game that lived in your memory? One favourite? Yeah,
I'll always say any time you go to any new ground and the game goes well, you can't wait to go back. And I've been fortunate enough to have been an assistant referee at some of the great iconic grounds in this country, and I've been lucky enough to referee at Wembley. So You know, any final that you do, any high profile match that you do, it goes well. It really does fuel your confidence.
Yeah, I can imagine. Any that you've maybe any that stick out for the wrong reasons? Any game in particular that you can think of?
Yeah, I remember around the line at Chelsea, Manchester United would have been round about 95, 96. Game didn't go well. It was ironic, really, because it was Cantona's return to London, having the previous season been sent off for kung fu kicking a supporter, and it was big news at the time that he would be in the starting lineup, and he was. And the game from the referee's point of view went well. I just made a few bad calls, got a couple of offsides wrong. I think I missed the yellow card when the referee's back was turned, and but ultimately, you get a poor mark, and it's a shame really, because it was such a big game, and there wasn't any talk about me necessarily, but marks are marks at the end of the day, and along with 2 or 3 other games that season that didn't go well for me, I lost my place, and I thought, to lose your place on the Premier League line was so difficult to get on in the first place. To lose it is really disappointing. But fortunately, I had then 3 or 4 seasons on the league line, as well as refereeing on the panel, and by then I'd sort of established myself as quite an experienced match official, and was able to get back onto the Premier League line, and with that I had 3 really great seasons.
And obviously then at some point you made the decision to go ahead and referee. So would you say those skills were vital in sort of taking you through the pathway?
Without a doubt. First of all, losing my place on both the Premier and the panel were massive, because because the amount you learn when you get reclassified is huge. And you got to take some of it on board. You got to take the criticism, else you're not going to be able to turn it around and make it positive if you've got any intention at all of coming back. And I had, I wanted to get back, and didn't get back straight away. And again, that you needed more resilience in that respect. But once you did, and you do take on board where they were coming from first time round, and that builds greater strength for you as a referee. Well, first of all as an assistant, then secondly as a referee. Learn a great deal in that time.
And what would you say if you had to speak to maybe a new or upcoming referee, maybe someone who was young or inexperienced? What would you say to them?
In respect of what?
Just refereeing advice, really. Your biggest piece of refereeing advice.
Get 3 or 4 different reports together. Get a real feel for refereeing. Get a real feel for refereeing some difficult games where the score lines are draw. Get a feel for refereeing games where there's a bigger score line. Get a feel for understanding observers' reports. They're not all wrong and they're not all right. But you get 4 or 5, and you can pick out within that period bits that will improve your game. As I say, not all observers call it right, but there might be something in there that you can take from their report that can make you a better referee. But you need to do that over 4, 5, 6, 7 different observers.
Well, Andy, it's been great chatting to you. I think from my point of view and from our point of view as Northamptonshire Football Association, obviously you're a Northants referee. Massive congratulations, both from myself and the Football Association. I think I said this to you earlier on the phone. It's an achievement to be proud of, and I have no doubt that anyone who's in refereeing with us or with any other county would look to someone like you and really take that on board as a role model and someone who they would look up to and aspire to be. So congratulations and well done.
Thanks, Ollie. I really appreciate your time. Thank you very much indeed.